Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Parikshit Maharaj asked Sri Shukadeva Goswami, saying, O Gurudeva, you have previously explained to me about how demigods, the demons, the snakes, human beings, animals, birds, trees and plants were created at the time of Svāyambhuva Manu. But you had explained it in summary, in essence. But now I want to hear it in great detail. He wants to hear in detail. It is the duty of disciples to ask their Guru authentic and scriptural, spiritual questions. Guru should not hide from disciples for any reason at any time. Guru should always be available, should not keep a secretary outside the door who tells his disciple, who tells the devotees not to disturb the Guru. It has two reasons. Number one reason, Guru is totally ignorant. He wants to not face the questions of the disciples. Or number two, he is sinful, he is ashamed to face the students like that. Guru should be very easily approachable, like Sukadeva Goswami is approachable. Titikhyava karunika suhrada sarvadehinam, should be full of karuna, mercy in the heart, should be tolerant towards the questions asked by the students, like that. Parikshit Maharaj said, for whatever reason a living entity is sent to this world, that living entity wants to do only that activity and develops taste to do only that kind of activity. See, for what reason the living entity is sent to this world, that kind of living and that kind of activity that person is interested to do and leans to do and wants to do and likes to do. Cannot help. Only wants to do that. If somebody is sent for irreligious advertisement, by hook or crook, by logic and arguments, he or she will try to convince everyone, saying that irreligion is religion. And whatever religion is being told is all irreligion. Like that. People are innocent, they don't know. So, whatever work they want to establish, they only convince those people. If people will not do good and bad deeds, this creation will not go forward, will become stagnant. Good and bad deeds carrying on this creation in that way. Since long time, this creation is going on and will carry on going for long time. All living entities are like play toys in the hands of the Supreme Lord. And this whole creation is like a playing field of the Supreme Lord. When Parikshit Maharaj asked the question, Sukadeva Goswami felt very happy and glorified the king, saying that you have asked justified question, I shall answer, because king had asked whatever reason the living entity sent, that living entity does that work, and I want to know in detail about creation. So Sukadeva Goswami replied, O Parikshit, you may remember that there were 10 sons of King Prachina Barhi who left the palace and went for performing austerities and entered the water and stayed there performing austerities. Means Prachina Barhi's sons were called Prachetas. They were 10 brothers. And they performed austerity underwater. When they completed their austerities, they exited the water and they saw the whole earth was occupied by the trees. Whole earth was filled, only trees everywhere, because no tilling, no excavation, no activities going on, because Prachetas performed long time austerities. So generations passed. Seeing the trees occupied the whole earth, they became very angry at them. And they decided to burn them. So to get the earth cleared up, so they released from their mouth whirlwind, excessive air, very forceful air along with the fire. So they started burning the trees. When the trees were burning, moon god came down to them near Prachetas, because moon god is the king of all the trees. So when he came near the Prachetas and said to those 10 brothers, O Prachetas, why are you burning these poor trees? What they have done against you? Please do not burn these poor trees. You were ordered by the Supreme Lord and your father to produce progeny and fill the earth, not to destroy something, but to improve, increase on earth. Oh, saintly Prachetas, because they just woke up from austerity. So moon god is calling them saintly, because they were performing austerities. Oh, saintly Prachetas, the Supreme Lord had created these plants, the trees, the vegetables and herbs, and everything that is eatable along with, for the benefit of all living entities. So they can survive. All the fruits and flowers were created for the living entities who fly with their wings, those who have wings. The grass and herbs are created for those who have 4 legs. Those who have hands and 2 legs, for them is created plants and herbs, grains and fruits. And the animals are created to assist the 2-legged human beings by giving them milk or tilling the land and pulling carts. So everybody is created for everybody's benefit. If this is so, then meat eating is not allowed, because nowhere it is said you can eat the animals and birds. Nowhere it is said. See, what is created for what is being explained here. So in Vedic civilization, there were no meat eaters. If there were meat eaters, they were all demons. and demons had ferocious faces and dangerous activities. Moghasa mogha karmano mogha jnana vichetasaha rakshasi asharim chaiva mohinim prakritim sthita. Like that. So, O sinless prachetas, your father, Prachinavarhi, and the Supreme Lord Hari told you to create progeny and fill this earth. Please follow their order. If this order you have upon you, why you are burning these poor trees? If you burn all these poor trees and you create progeny, how will they survive? Very good logic. How will they survive? How do they live? What they will eat? Without eating you cannot live. Prachetas were devotees of the Supreme Lord, and moon god is also devotees of the Supreme Lord. Both are devotees, both parties. One is consoling, another is listening. Both are devotees. One devotee is speaking to another devotee and consoling them and trying to stop them from making mistakes. While discussing, both class of devotees, they present their logic and arguments and reasoning. And because it is filled with reasoning and logic and makes sense, then devotees adopt and accept. A devotee is very serious and very sincere and honest in dealings and accepting the words of somebody. Devotee is always serious and sincere on their path. Moon god further says, O Prachetas, your father Prachinvarhi, your grandfather Havirdhana, your great-grandfather Vijitaswa, they all followed this path of Vedic standards. Not destroy anybody, but to improve. Please follow their path. Your forefathers, prior to that even, they followed all Vedic standards. You know, you are all royal people. You will be king very soon. It is your duty to protect your population, subjects. Just as mother and father protect their children, just as eyelid protects the eyes, just as husband protects the wife takes care of the husband, just as householder takes care of a sannyasi, Swāmī, renounced person, monk, similarly a king should take care of the subjects. Why you have to destroy? They are also your subject, trees and plants. Your responsibility to help others. Think good for others. See how you can benefit others. That is the meaning of devotee. Devotee sees the Supreme Lord sitting in everyone's heart. Hriddesi Arjuna Tishtati. That is Lord Kṛṣṇa speaking. What is Bhāgavatam speaking? Yacca kinchit jagat sarvam shruyate drusyate piya. Antar vahish tat sarvam vyapya narayana sthita. Is not ordinary. Everything that you see with open eyes, and everything the Supreme Lord is residing inside them and outside them. Is all pervading Lord. And He lives inside a four-armed Narayana form. So please see everyone's heart every living entity that is the temple of the Supreme Lord. Their heart is the temple. Lord is sitting in everyone's heart. Everyone means trees also, plants also, birds also, animals also. Why you have to eat them? Not necessary. If you understand that every living entity is the temple of the Supreme Lord, you will please the Lord very greatly. Those people who try to control their anger, irritating, boiling anger, and they try to pacify it by consoling it inside and not letting it out, those people in due course of time come over three modes: goodness, passion and ignorance, and become purified, come closer to the Lord. One must transcend three modes to understand the Lord in truth. Please do not burn these helpless trees, but protect them. May all good fortune fall upon you, my blessings, moon god says. Because moon god belongs to heaven, prachetas belong to earth. So he could wish good and bless them. It's good. So then, after when moon god could understand that prachetas were agreeing with him, because prachetas did not respond in any way, maunam svikruti lakshanaha nyaya sastrak. When somebody is keeping quiet and shaking head, positively is understood that he is he is in agreement, like that. So, moon god took the hand of Marisa. Marisa is a girl brought up by trees, held the hand of Marisa and gave it to Prachetas, 10 brothers, telling them, please accept this girl as your wife. He had to introduce, because unknown person cannot be accepted on the bed. So, moon god introduced. This girl was born from a saintly person called Kandumuni, who united with Pramlocha, a heavenly girl. With the combination of these two, Pramlocha and Kandumuni, this girl Marisa was born, and they handed her over to the trees, and trees took over and brought her up. Now she is ready to be married. I give you this girl to be your wife. So they accepted. And as per Vedic scriptures, they performed fire sacrifice and married her in following Vedic rules. Sri Sukadeva Goswami says, after marrying her, they produced one son from her, and they named him Dakhya. This Dakhya is the same Dakhya which we discussed in 4th canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, who was cursed by Lord Shiva, and later he died having a goat's head, you might remember. The same Dakhya is born again through Marisa and Prachetas and have the same name. This Dakhya was blessed to create. So he created through his resolves in thoughts, with thinking and creating. So he created, I want to create a human being, he created a human being, created a girl to marry him, okay, trees, plants, everything they're creating, thoughts. But is not improving, the creation is not progressing. So he thought very carefully that this resolving is not bringing good creation through thoughts. So I must purify myself first. And purifying process is performing austerities. One who performs austerities becomes purified in due course of time. What kind of austerity one should perform, that has to be asked to the spiritual master. Spiritual master will tell. But the best austerity and the greatest austerity is to follow a scripturally authentic spiritual master. When one follows scripturally authentic spiritual master, he or she is performing great austerity, because their mind wants to do something else and Guru tells something else. So following Guru is great austerity in Kali Yuga especially. But this is, Daksha Prajapati is not from Kali Yuga, he is from Satya Yuga. Therefore, he has to perform physical austerity. So by the help of Lord Brahma, he reached Vindhyachala mountain to perform austerity. There is a great place called Aghamarshana Tirtha, holy place, which purifies the sins. Vindhyachal hill is western part of India. Vindhyagiri. And he would take bath in the lake there, Aghamarshana lake, 3 times a day, and perform austerity and worship the Supreme Lord. While doing so, he spent great amount of time there. Next we will discuss next time. Thank you very much.